the deriving data from the landing gear, and then just something that can bring incredible value to the market is just mind blowing. But it all started because of a phone call. And again, I don't want to steal your thunder, David, but if you want to just kind of give everybody a brief background, how we started with Emerge, and then let's take it from there. So, David, thank you for being on the call.
Okay, thank you everyone for this late call. I'm in Miami on the East Coast, so it's about 10:30. I have a call with the factory right after this, but I wanted to get on this call. Rudy was like, "Is it too late?" I said, "No, let's make it happen." I want everyone to have a very good understanding of what we're doing. We're doing something very different, very exciting, something that I consider today is a monopoly because we have a patent on the hardware side and the software side. But really quick, because I've done so many of these calls where I explain the whole story, but without taking up too much time from everyone. I started UltraLift in 2011, November 2011. We went through 5 years of development for the product. And then if everyone's wondering, okay, power tool, mining, how does it all make sense? But after the story, it'll completely make sense. So we did 5 years of prototyping. Myself, just like a lot of people are like, okay, it's a power tool. How difficult can it be? It is very difficult. If it wasn't difficult, it would not be around. It would be around for the last 100 some more years, right? For the trailer industry. If you drive next to a trailer, you're going to see a manual crank. Reason why? They haven't developed a product that can do it consistently, effectively. And we're the first company to do that, to be able to do that. So 2018, as we're gaining more customers and so, right, I get a phone call from an insurance company. And so I first didn't make it a big deal about that call. And they said, well, are you able to provide torque data from your power tool? And I said, well, yeah, we can provide torque data, but why would you need data from our power tool? It's a safety equipment for raising and lowering the trailer landing gear. But what they said to me was, well, we do so many payouts based on injuries, right? That almost like for that landing gear department, it doesn't even make sense to sometimes have workers' comp. They have to constantly increase the premium. And so they said, if you can have proof of data, like proof that someone's using it, we have zero payouts. So insurance companies really want us to make a smart tool so it can log whenever someone's using it for their benefit, unfortunately, that they don't have to pay out. Second data factor is that they want to know where all the drop-in hooks are happening. For example, right now, like a car insurance company can't ask you where you're going to drive your car. They can't. You won't be able to tell them throughout the year where you're going to drive your vehicle. But for the trailer side, knowing where all the trailers are parked, right, like dropped and hooked, right, and when and where, high risk zone, low risk zone, is crucial for determining premiums. That's something new that's never available, and we can provide because we can derive we have the patent that we can derive from the landing gear. The third one was, I think the second one was that. The third one that they wanted to know was we can determine whether there's load or no load in a trailer based on the torque. Now, this is not that important, but if people are filing false claims, like they have $100,000 worth of flat screen TVs, at least there's an investigation to say that, look, this was last dropped and hooked with high torque, meaning it does have load, or it was low torque. That means it's most likely an empty container. So these are the three data points that we got the phone call from for the insurance company. And also know that insurance companies are offering grants for their clients to buy our power tool system just so they have zero payout. Then I was thinking, okay, well, what about the fleet managers on the vehicle side, right? Such as Coca-Cola, such as Fujifilm, such as some of the customers that we have. And it made a lot of sense when we were thinking, okay, if they can know every trailer that's dropped off, every trailer that's picked up, empty or loaded or not, which driver did it, then they can operate way more efficiently. And given that we can do live data, everything that we're doing is 100% live data. It's not ready yet, but we're in the development of it. But right now, all of our customers, we have about 1,200 tools out there. Some of the major customers we have is Coca-Cola, U.S. Navy, Fujifilm, Penske. There's a lot. And then recently, this week, we landed Pratt & Whitney, which is a division of Raytheon. We also have, this week, we've landed Hyundai Globus, which handles all the transporting of Hyundai cars that come into the country. We're also in talks with Tesla, but I don't want to say anything yet. I'm pretty sure we're going to get them as a customer. I don't think there's any other token project out there that has Tesla or some of the other bigger names as a customer, and we're going to be able to do that. I don't want to say that yet because it's just in talks right now, but most likely they need it. Every major company in the economy that we have, right, from food, goods, technology, all have trailers or all have things transported through the trailer system, right? This is the base. The trucking industry is the base of all economies, and so we're in the the front end of that. And so most people would think, okay, well, what's so important about a trailer landing gear, or why this tool that prevents safety from that? So after those calls with the insurance company, I filed for the patent. We ended up getting the patent. So we're the only ones that can derive landing gear data, all data from the landing gear. So why that's really important. We're also in talks with DOT, but we didn't further the conversation, Department of Transportation, because we don't have the product yet. But once this is developed, once we can test it, show that everything can get recorded, the data and such, DOT is very interested in it as well. And the reason that they're interested in it, because there's millions of dollars of damage to all the freeways, roads, due to semi trucks and trailers every year. And if they can pinpoint where the most drop and hooks happen, they can do more reports and algorithms and to what they want to accomplish. So with everything said, I was thinking, okay, well, if we're going to design and develop this new tool and have it be on a data system, this is even before blockchain. We're thinking, okay, we can put the system on the blockchain. And if we do that, we have insurance companies that want to pay for access to this. We have fleet managers that want to pay for access to this. We also have fleet maintenance managers that want to pay for access to this. The reason for fleet maintenance manager, what most people don't understand is in the trucking space, right? If you have a landing gear that's damaged, you're going to have a towing company to tow that trailer away from the distribution center. That is way more costly than towing a regular car, right? And you have a pissed off customer, and you have an asset that's down, meaning an asset that's not able to generate revenue in the shop for days to weeks, right? What we're able to do with our torque measurement data is to be able to identify, be proactive. Let's say, for example, no trailer is lifted and loaded, dropped and hooked on always empty or always full, right? So it always have to be a cycle, right? It can never be constant. So let's say if it's always 160 foot-pounds of torque, then we'll send an alert to the fleet manager and tell them, look, you need to check out that landing gear because something's wrong with it. Now, that proactive approach can eliminate the fact of getting it towed, the fact of having a pissed off customer, and avoid having it in the repair shop. Because once it comes to home base where they have to maintain it, go check out that trailer number, let's say 56 or 58. Look at it, because the data from the tool, from all the drivers, show that something's not right with the landing gear. So with all that said, and I know I'm jumping all over the place. This is late, and it's mostly a Q&A on what we're doing. We're also partnered with one of the largest landing gear companies. So where this is also going, what we've done is also we've developed a push button automatic landing gear. They know that we're doing a blockchain project. They're just watching to see how we do, right? But in the future, if things go right, I can probably talk them into putting our board to mine our token in electric landing gear. And they already have customers lined up: Walmart, UPS, FedEx. UPS, Walmart, FedEx don't want our power tool. They want the fixed unit. But our power tool has the biggest market. Here's why. There's 20 million 20 plus million trailers in the US. The quickest retrofit solution is our product. For 5 minutes, they can retrofit a trailer ready to go. For a electric landing gear, they're going after the OEM market, which is the 4 large trailer manufacturers: Great Dane, Utility, Wabash, Hyundai, and some other ones. But they're going after that market. So it's almost like the tree and the fruit. We're the fruit, they're the tree, right? Rudy, you have something posted really, really important. We're the first solution to have a ergonomic mining system, right? Our power tool will ergonomically mine, because instead of manually cranking, you're doing something ergonomically. We're green. How are we green? We're mining through a lithium battery system, right? Rechargeable. And one of the most important things is it's a job related. And ironically, we're a power tool. We're a tool to do mining. Right now, mining is out of a server. It's not even a tool. Servers don't mine back in the day. If we're talking about mining for gold, mining for metals, mining for anything, servers is just a concept that was created. And I'm not here talking about bad on, Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. We're just having a better mining system, more green, job related. All of our mining algorithm for mining the token is data that's used and in our platform that insurance companies, fleet managers, and potentially government agencies want to see. So for example, as each EMG token is mined, is using proof of data system algorithm, right? All the data that's mined by the operation is what's going to generate the token. Versus right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're doing math questions, problems for difficulty, right? But the math problems aren't related to anything. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not related to anything. There's no use for these math problems. It's just a system set in place for creating difficulty, verification, and much more, right? And I'm not going to get into the detail of that. So what we have here is something, and the biggest thing, what some of the capital groups that are going to come on board later in the later rounds, because I don't want to have capital groups in right now due to the negotiation, right? When I have the developed product and it does what I say it does, perform the job, record data onto the blockchain, mines the token, goes in the wallet. When I have that process, we will have a better negotiating stance with capital groups. But when that happens, back to why capital groups ask me, what's the biggest, there's a lot of projects out there. Everyone can create a token. Everyone is on a blockchain. What is your project? What are you solving besides blockchain and data? So we're solving the second greatest injury in the trucking industry. And when I told them that, they wanted to negotiate. So, and what our tool does, if people can understand it, whenever a truck and trailer disengage or engage, you need to raise or lower the trailer landing gear. It's something that hasn't been done efficiently for over 100 years. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to, Rudy, if you want to go to the token flow page and the token, there we go. There's not a lot of projects out there that can do, that can have a model to make money besides a token, right? So what I want to see is, what I want to show everyone is our tool, 90% of it, the tokens mined goes to the driver's wallet. 10% goes to a veteran driver's charity fund. There's over 200,000 plus drivers. If average is 7,000 drivers injured from this every year, you just calculate the last, 20 somewhat thousand years. 20 somewhat years, there's over 100 something plus drivers injured, right? No one's doing anything for them. So we're creating a driver's fund. It's almost like drivers giving back to the previous drivers. Reason for that is we've been to so many trade shows. We've had people tell us, why wasn't this invented 15 years ago? Wasn't possible, So as you can see, that's one way for how our token flow, like cash flow in the company works. Now, when insurance companies and fleet management pay to access our data, 10% also goes to the charity fund. So we're giving back once again. 65% goes into Emerge Labs as a business to operate. We're one of the very few projects that can be profitable as a business. Other 25% goes to the mining pool. Why? it's got to go back to the drivers, because without the drivers, we're not getting this data to be able to sell to insurance companies or fleet management. So that is the token flow model. Token utility, the value that we have behind it. We're working on, as you guys can see, the 4 steps. We're working on peer-to-peer transactions. We're going to create, apps with games. We're also going to create, I think once everything's all functional, we're also going to have on the UltraLift website that you can buy with Emerge tokens. And the reason for that is a lot of drivers that can't afford our tool sells for $675. The smart tool probably will be around $7. I don't want to give a price yet. It's not done yet, but once we calculate everything. But what's neat about this is we have a lot of drivers that can afford it, and they can start mining, generating tokens. Tokens will have value eventually. They want to transfer it to other fellow drivers that can't afford it. So if we had it on a token system also for the product, that's another utility value. There's other utility values that we're going to reveal down the road, but it's, something I don't want to say something and not deliver. So throughout our roadmap, we're going to have more development, and you guys will slowly see that we will have many use cases for our token besides, just having the data value and the customer, and also the platform aspect. There's going to be a lot of peer-to-peer value as well. I think right now in the whole industry of things, right? In the trucking industry, token-wise, there's 14 or 15 projects. None of them have what we have, which we have patents, right? Number one, on software and hardware. We have real live customers. We have over, I would say, at least 100 plus customers, plus hundreds of owner operators that use our product right now. So adoption is already there. So once the new tool is developed, the smart tool that's able to do all this, they're going to adopt it. We're also going to do a trade-in. For example, they have their current tool, they're going to trade it in. And the reason for that is a lot of the third world countries can't afford it, and they'll be able to buy it. We'll refurbish it and buy it. So I have a whole model for that. In the whole world, there's probably in the United States, there's 4-point-something million drivers. We're already selling into Canada, US, New Zealand, Australia, Colombia, Mexico, Israel, India, and a couple other ones I can't think of right now. But the most important thing is we have a customer base. We're not just a token that's creating something, telling everyone what we're going to do. We have a system that works already. We're just making it smart. So I think now we can open up for Q&As and things like that. And if anyone want to dive deep into it, review the white paper. We're going to have a tech paper out soon, but it's not ready yet.
I know it's exciting stuff, David. I mean, obviously what you shared right now, especially if they're brand new and they just got invited to this call for the first time again, it's a lot of information to absorb, but it's just so exciting to hear how we're revolutionizing an industry that has been antiquated for so long, but yet it's the backbone of every nation. And as I'm posting comments on Facebook and I'm going through comments in the chat, there's a lot of people that can relate to the injuries. They either got injured themselves or they know someone that got injured, and so our 10% charity that's built into our tokenomics, I think that's amazing. And it'll be amazing once you guys start sharing this and people start understanding how powerful this whole entire concept is. It's going to create ripple effect across different countries. But Bobby Jones, I see your hand up, and I appreciate your leadership. Obviously, you're not just one of our founders, but you're also an advisor on this project. So we can't wait to hear from you. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, David. How you doing? This is directed to David. We have a sizzle video or an explain all video that we're going to be coming out.
Did it freeze up, or is it just me?
I think his froze up because I can hear you. So he can come back.
Okay, just so everyone know, we're in the works for explainer video.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you froze out for a moment. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know if you've got an ETA on that, David.
Depends on the guy making it. You know, I want to say within 10 days. Within 10 days, we should have an explainer video. And I want to make that so it's very easy to follow through. I want to make it a nice one, not just, you know, stick figures or something simple for our caliber of a project. So yeah, within 10 days is my goal.
Fantastic. I appreciate it, David.
Absolutely. Good question. David, a question. How many UltraLift tools are in use currently? And just a reminder, always thank a truck driver when you see them.
Okay, so we have over 1,200 tools that's been shipped out.
There you go, guys. Good question.
And the reason why that's also, it's not a great number, but just so everyone knows, it's through the trial phase. We had a lot of other wear and tear issues. It's not a very simple tool, because if it was a very simple tool, this problem would have been solved a long time ago. So we went through many steps. And the reason for that is we didn't want to mass produce product without knowing it's 100% what it should do. So given now, we know it's 100%. So our current tool is long. The new smart tool is shorter for many reasons. One, a lot of the customers park their trailers really close in the back. So they wanted us to design something shorter. That's what we did. Another reason is we had customers that mount straps into the bottom of the truck bed, so that the truck floor, so that the tool will not move around when it's in the cab. So if we made it the design that we have, it's a clip in and it charges it without removing the battery. So everything is done with feedback. And we believe we have the perfect product now.
Absolutely. And I want to call on Leroy, but when we're done, David, I would love to have everybody just know, I know you're planning a trip overseas to meet with the engineers and the manufacturer. We just announced last week that development has already begun for software and hardware.
Right. So September 18 is roughly around the time when I'm going to go. We have the ticket booked, but, you know, hopefully there's not, you know, I know it's still about 20 somewhat days out. Hopefully there's not a, what do you call it right now with the Delta variants and things like that. I'm fully vaccinated. So again, I will be wearing masks, but I wanted to show everyone hands-on the development, because I've done that with regular tool, but just being there, showing that people can see the progress. I want everyone, one of the main things I wanted to do that for is to let everyone know this is not no rug pull. This is not a project that like so many other things that people have done. I want to show progress. And one of the most important things, I cannot talk about when we're going to go on exchanges. I cannot talk about anything SEC may be watching this, but I want to tell everyone that when we are on exchanges, we're almost like Ripple. And here's why. They talk about constant partnerships with banks. We can constantly talk about new customers coming on, because we have new customers every 2-3 weeks. I mean, every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we have new ones. So, and then we have reorders. The reason we have reorders is because there's some companies with multiple divisions. It takes time to grow with them.
Absolutely. No, it's good. And what I love the fact that you're actually going over there, just like David said, you know, we've been a part of projects that say they're going to do certain things, but then, you know, crickets. And it's kind of like, hey, whatever happened to that project? We don't want you guys to continue asking, hey, when's this going to happen? When's this, you know, go to emergetoken.com, look at our roadmap, you know, see what our plans are for this year as we transition into 2022. And I mean, the fact that we already begun development for the smart, for the tool and the software, it just shows that we really want to stay on time, right? And Dave, we appreciate you going over there and obviously giving everyone, letting everyone be a part of the journey, right? Letting everybody be a part of the project. And of course, you know, again, thank you everyone for the support in round one. I think Leroy, I saw Leroy's hand up, but I don't know if you just changed your mind, Leroy. I know he's very involved in the project, so maybe if you had a question, maybe raise your hand. I'll call on you again. But I see my buddy Ollie on the call. Ollie, great to see you on here, buddy. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Hey guys, hi Rudy, hi David.
Hey.
I just have special questions, especially for you, David. You mentioned India and Colombia, but to make a long story short, you didn't mention anything in Europe. Is there a market in Europe?
Israel is considered Europe, right? Israel is part of Europe, right?
Right, but I mean, I'm talking about Germany, France, England.
So if we do sell to Tesla, it'll be in Berlin, Germany. So we will touch down finally there. We do have a customer in UK. UK, so we're already in Europe. So UK, we have one customer. So Berlin, Germany is for the Tesla Gigaplant. If we land that, it's 5 tools shipping over there.
Because I'm from France.
But right now we haven't focused. The reason is we haven't focused and marketed a lot in Europe because there's not a workers' comp structure, and the importance of it is more so in the US and also Canada, more importantly for right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could be of any help being from France myself. So.
Okay. No, we do get inquiries here and there, but it didn't make sense to ship one unit out there because it's paying the same price just in shipping.
Right.
Versus a distributor. But we are going to focus as we grow in that department.
All right.
Absolutely, Ollie. I mean, with the success of Emerge Token, obviously UltraLift is going to grow organically with that. So appreciate that question. I see Leroy, your hand is back up, buddy. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away. And I know you're quite a while away from where you're at, but thank you for being on the call.
Cool, thank you. So I've got 3 questions, in fact. So the tool itself is the only way to mine the tokens and confirm the transactions. Is that correct?
What was that again? Can you say that again, Leroy?
So the tool itself is the only way to mine the token and confirm the transactions. Is that correct?
Correct. So what happens is the tool does the job, right? It mines all the data. The data goes into the algorithm in their cloud system, right? Blockchain cloud system. And then that's how the token gets generated.
Okay, cool. So my next question relates to the data itself. So the data itself that is available on the blockchain and the cloud, how much is that going to be charged to those that want that type of information?
Yes. It's going to be, we don't have a set price yet, but if we were to go off of a model, let's say $10 per power tool, which is going to have its own hash, let's say $10 a month, that would be around the rate, what our charge would be. And this is one of the reasons why some of the insurance companies we've been in touch with want to open up for us to do a private sale with them, is because if they can buy it in the pennies, and let's say in the future our token goes up in value, not speculating, again, not investment advice. Let's say, for example, if it was ever $1, right, then they would be using 10 tokens. But if they bought 10 tokens at 3 cents, right, that's really 30 cents to access the data versus $10 later on. There's over 500 plus worker comp insurance for the trucking industry. So it's only a matter of time how many people come on and pre-buy.
Okay, Roger, that took care of my last question, which was which type of person would be more inclined to acquire these tokens, but you just basically answered that question. My last question actually is anybody able to approach like a transportation company that does do obviously trucking? Like someone like the likes of me that's interested in this project, are they able to, or do you guys already have like a marketing team that's already approaching trucking companies all over the world?
We already have a lot of customers right now. Sorry, not a lot of customers. We already have been gaining a lot of customers every year, more and more. We have not done any marketing. The reason for that is we didn't finalize the perfect tool. We do have the perfect tool in development right now. So once it is done, we're definitely going to do more marketing. I mean, think about it. Over the last 5 years, as we grow and grow, it's all been very organic. And I believe, and just so everyone knows the forecast, once we have the tool developed, the smart tool, able to record data on the blockchain, able to mine, we're going to do at least 5,000 the first year, at least. We're going to do, I think we can expand and grow to 15 to 20,000 the following year, and then 50,000 from there on out. If we can get lobbied, which I really, really think if we place the pieces together, insurance and getting insurance companies involved. And one of the biggest key things what a lot of people don't understand is for a lot of trucking companies that can't get insured for workers' comp under regular insurance, government created an workers' comp insurance, right? We're going to be targeting them too. So it's a government entity. Once we have the insurance piece, right, we have a lot of users. We have ergonomic groups, and we have other associations that are all involved. I'm pretty confident we can get lobbied. And if we get lobbied, you're talking about, let's say it's not realistic to say 4-point-something million truck drivers use our tool overnight. But let's just say even if we have 1 million over the next few years use our tool, that's 1 million tools creating nodes, verification, mining, data collecting. It would be huge. Now, I'm not saying it'll happen, but that's our end goal, is to get it lobbied.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Does that answer your question, Leroy?
Yep, pretty much. Thank you.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
Dave, before I start unmuting a few other people for these questions, go ahead and share a little bit of what you can, right? We all know there's a couple other projects embedded in Emerge. So you have Galaxy Wallet and you have the mystery token, right? Everybody is just dying. Obviously, they're not going to find out what it is right now, but what can you tell them about the airdrops?
Okay, so the reason we created a Galaxy wallet is because we wanted our tokens to be on our own wallet system. There's a reason for that. On our own wallet system, we're going to have more features than just holding tokens, right? We're going to have, and I don't mind sharing that because we're going to have a roadmap to that soon, right? We're going to have other features for, let's just say for drivers right now. Some of the things, key things, when a driver has, safe miles, like 1 million safe miles, right, driven. Right now they get a certificate, right? It's just paper and they get a bonus check. But we can create different badges and different things like that and create a credit profile, almost like it's not called a credit profile, but if we were to say a resume profile for performance for drivers that are safe, because our tool can capture that, even though it's for the landing gear. But if you think about it, it captures where that driver's been, all the transactions it's done for the company. We will have other features onto it besides holding the tokens. Some I can't talk about it yet. It's going to house other tokens related to our project, and to tell everyone about the mystery token. So the mystery token will only have 88 and change million cap. Reason for that is it's going to be more valuable for that project than EMGT, but and it has patent pending right now as well. Reason we can't release it yet, we're hoping to get the patent granted. And once the patent is granted, then we release the news. That is the main reason for that. Another thing, so everyone will know, we don't know if we're ever going to do a round on the mystery token once we reveal it. Why? Because we have one capital group that just want to fund the whole thing. I don't think I'm going to negotiate with them until I'm getting closer and closer for that. Especially I want to have the patent. It's something bigger than this, but one thing is it all ties together. And once it's revealed, you guys can determine and say either it's brilliant or it's stupid or, but we're not doing anything with our caliber to just make something. It's definitely not a meme. It's definitely not a gimmick. Everyone will realize what it is once it's revealed, but we have reasons why we're not revealing it yet.
Absolutely, it's exciting. So guys, round two, you want to maximize as many as you can for your EMGT just so you can benefit from the airdrops. You just heard it there. So let's go on to Irene West. And then after that, I'm going to go over to none other than Mama D. Go ahead, Irene.
Hello, David. How are you?
Hey.
I may have asked this question before, but last time the internet went bad. I didn't hear your answer. So,
Okay.
Who manufactured this UltraLift? Is it U.S. or China?
We partner with a factory in Dongguan, China to manufacture it.
Okay. So the quality, who does the quality control? You do, or the UltraLift?
They do quality control, but I do go over there and supervise it.
Okay. Now, how difficult it is to install this device?
The bracket, you don't install the electronic, which is the power tool, right? But the bracket, 5 minutes. It's on the UltraLift website, so people can see how simple it is to retrofit a trailer. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of customers would want our solution is because they can just retrofit a trailer. And it's sad, actually, at the same time. They want to protect their own drivers. So when they have third party come pick up the trailer, they're still doing the cranking because the crank is still on there. There's an engage and disengage mechanism.
So it's quite simple.
Yes, it's 4 bolts. It takes 5 minutes.
Okay. So how much is that device? Is it something the truck driver can afford?
Yeah, our power tool system is $675 and $225 for the bracket. And I mean, these are good questions, just so everyone knows. We give 5-year warranty. We're the only company in a power tool world to give 5-year warranty. So it breaks it down to like pennies a day, 50 to 70 cents a day operation wise. If they can't afford 50 cents to 70 cents a day, then I can't help them.
Okay. So it's so with that,
it's very affordable and cost effective.
Yeah, that's good. That means the insurance company, if they know.
Well, the insurance company is offering grants they're offering grants for people to buy our product. And why? Because we have one case right now. We have a customer, the insurance company is offering $28,000 grant for them. And the reason they're doing that is they're charging $88,000 a year in premium, right? What's $28,000 when they already filed a claim for $240,000? They're already losing. The insurance company is already losing close to $160,000. So it only makes sense for them to give grants, because we were first shocked when they were willing to give grants. And this is why we know that they want access to this data, because this data is more than the landing gear. What I want people to realize is this project, even though it's data derived from the landing gear, it's bigger than the landing gear.
Okay. And also right now your market is in the United States. Eventually you would expand.
No, we're in US and Canada mainly because it's close to ship by, and we have a distributor in Canada, Mickles Industries in geez, I forgot the city, but Saskatchewan. I butchered it completely. But yeah, no, we have a distributor in Canada. We have Aurora parts that are going to kickstart sometime next year in the US. And then we're also working with Fleet Pride, but it's a process.
Okay.
But eventually I want to get to all the countries because I want nodes popping up from all the countries.
Yeah, it seems that something needed by all countries.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good seeing you, Irene. Thanks for being on the call. Awesome. So I don't know. I mean, again, if we might have stumped everybody on asking any more questions, this is a good time to raise your hand. David, maybe we can share what to expect, the burning question on everybody's mind, what to expect for round 2, and when do you think we can open up for round 2? Obviously, our programmers are hard at work with the new system, lots of testing, but what can you tell everybody, set the expectation?
Reason why we're not opening up it right away, and just so everyone knows, we're not in a hurry to you know, kind of like a lot of projects, raise as much as they can, keep raising and doing that. We want to do things in the right way. Our back end had some problems. I think some people have seen. It wasn't problems, in my opinion, right? And I'm not blaming anyone. There's a lot of people that done it right, which got their tokens, and there's a lot of people that did it, you know, might have misread something, which may have been the way we word things. I don't know. I'm not blaming anyone, not putting anything out there. So what we did was we changed to coin payments, and that's being implemented right now. We're doing a lot of testing. We want to make sure we don't have any of those problems when we do round 2. Also, I want to be able to provide more progress every round. And if everyone can see what we're doing versus other projects, we're doing, you know, 1 million each round. We're not doing 5 million here or a lot. We're not doing that. So we want to provide progress before each round. So I really think that we can launch that sometime next week. But I don't want to hold a date yet, and we will be posting once we have the date. But we want to do things, you know, in the most, you know, since we had some issues in the first round, we wanted to do things right in the second round, be prepared before doing the launch.
So is it safe to say to everybody that maybe we're about a week away or less than a week away?
No, not less than a week. Not less than a week. Right now it's Tuesday here. I would say earliest Wednesday of next week. Earliest.
There you go, guys. Mid next week. So plenty of time. What that means to me, plenty of time to keep inviting and share this opportunity with everyone you know. And get them ready, guys. KYCs, I can't stress to you enough. What Galaxy Wallet, right? With what we're doing, it's going to require a KYC anyways. So our style, the way we want to do it is get it out of the way now, right?
I do want to make a point. So a lot of people wonder, why are we doing KYCs? You know, there's a lot of projects out there raising not with KYCs. Well, we have 3 projects tied to this, right? We have a wallet. We have the mystery token. Of course, the KYC is more tied to the wallet. Why? Is because in the future, we're going to also apply for MPL. There's a lot of things features that we're going to do with the wallet that will require KYC down the road, but we just rather get it out of the way because we're having everyone's tokens go on the wallet, if that makes sense. We're going to the wallet, just so everyone know, we're going to have a lot more features than any other wallet out there. So some of the features will require us to get KYC down the road once we have the roadmap to tell everyone what our wallet entails. But I promise everyone it's something interesting, doesn't exist in other wallets. And it also ties to the mystery token. The mystery token will in the future bring on more projects and tokens. If I gave anything away, that's going to belong on the Galaxy wallet. And I don't mind giving some, since everyone's spending their time late on a Tuesday on this call, put it this way, any other project that's involved with us in the future, which there will definitely be other ones. And when I talk about new projects, I talk about companies with products out there in the trucking industry, not someone coming up with something new. And when we have a token of theirs in our wallet, everyone with Galaxy token will get airdrops by holding the Galaxy token. That was a reason of creating Galaxy token, for that reason. I don't want to speculate, but we do have some partnerships in place that do want their own token. They're in the trucking space, but I don't want to bring those up right now until it's more final. But that's the ultimate goal. That's the reason for the KYCs, everyone. So we want everyone to benefit. And also, we're going to be doing announcements. 90% of management tokens will be locked up for 5 years. I want everyone to know we're taking this the whole way. This is not a project for swaps. I don't want to do the liquidity swaps, things like that, because we're such a great project that if I deliver on the power tool, it's not if, I will deliver. I can't see an exchange not list us, because we would be the first green mining solution, problem solving in the world, data, proof of data. I don't want to sell everyone. So everyone's here for the journey, and I appreciate that. And we're here to, anyone could talk about anything, but we're here to keep constantly executing. I'm about execution.
Absolutely, 100%. I know that from firsthand. So, guys, real quick, and I appreciate all the questions in the chat as well. We also have none other than one of our founders and advisor on the project, Cindy Williams, from Northern California, and I appreciate all your participation in this project and your leadership, and really sharing your excitement with Emerge with everybody you know. So go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Rudy. Thank you. Hi, David. I just want to ask a quick question. And David, you just spoke about the exchanges to come. I know that during the last week or week and a half, we were trying to gather some signatures to get listed on CoinSniper. Is that an initial exchange for us? And is there any progress on that, or anything that you can speak to about that at all?
I don't know if that's an exchange. Rudy, you want to answer on that, the CoinSniper?
Yeah, so Cindy, CoinSniper is one, it's definitely not an exchange. All it is it's a source that people can go to once we hit 500 votes, and it'll show the community or anybody that's interested in the project that there is people following, and that they are vouching that this is a legitimate project. So once we hit that 500 threshold or beyond, that's just showing somebody on the outside that, hey, I really need to look at this project because all these people are vouching for it. So example, if we have 2,000 or 3,000 votes down the road, That's really going to show how powerful our project is. But Coin Sniper, there's like 7 or 8 other websites that are like Coin Sniper, but they're not exchanges. So hopefully that clears or gives you a little bit more clarification on what that is. That makes sense? Cool. Okay. Awesome.
And I don't want to get too into it, but I do want everyone to know end goal is to get onto exchanges, right? For everyone to benefit, right? On what we're creating here. But I also don't want everyone to like anticipate, oh, is it going to be 2 months, 3 months? We're not a quick project like a lot of swaps out there. I want to develop I have a formula, right? And if everyone can understand, if I do deliver this product to do what it does and everything that it says it does, how can an exchange not list us? Because we would be better than 50%, at least 50% of all the projects listed on major exchanges if we deliver this. And if you understand that part, then you guys will understand. So I don't want everyone to think, oh, why we're not delaying, or why we're, again, for security reasons, for we're not a security, but for, SEC and all the other reasons, I just don't want to talk about that. I'm more about delivering. And at the end, people will see the results.
Absolutely. And that's the thing too, guys. I mean, the fact that, that's a bold statement where management's going to lock their wallets. I mean, that's huge. That I just hope that shows you the confidence.
90%, Rudy, 90%, which is the major chunk,
Yes, it's huge. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of companies, they don't do that, right? A lot of management, they usually set it up. And again, we want to show you guys that we're here for the long term on this project. This is not just a fly-by-night business. Alex Chavez is a good friend of mine here in Orange County. Obviously he's been very involved in this project. So Alex, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask.
So based on what I just heard on the conversation, thank you, David. I've been proud. So you could say that for anybody that is, I don't know if I want to use the right word, invest, but make sure.
No, don't use that word. Only because of the SEC reasons and things like that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to use it. Like,
we all know what's going on, but just the whole world of this world being unregulated. I want to be safe on our project because we're tying a hardware company that I've created, and we have real customers, and just being very careful. And if everyone can see that.
So it's safe to say, you know what, just put it away for a good 3 to 5 years.
I wouldn't say 3 to 5 years, but I don't want to give it time.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be like, 3 months from now, and then stuff like that.
Put it this way, I do understand why everyone get into projects. I do understand, I think once we hit certain milestones, I don't want to give it time. I think when we hit certain milestones, we can be on exchanges. How about that? That's the best answer for anybody. It could be 6 months, it could be 8 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be, definitely won't be 3-4 months, but
Guys, not only do we have our website with our roadmap, but we have Facebook, Instagram, we have a Discord channel, Telegram channel, a Twitter page. We even have a LinkedIn page. Guys, just stay connected to this project but any other questions, Alex?
No, that was it.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you being on. So I know it's kind of late for a lot of people, and obviously it was a lot of amazing information. My phone hasn't stopped since this call has started, but we're going to take this thing all the way to the finish line, guys. And again, we have a solid use case. We have the patent already. Again, we have an amazing team behind the scenes getting stuff done for round 2. Before we wrap this up, are there any other questions that are coming out from anybody? Any comments? Any closing statements, or even if you have to type into the chat, because I know some of you guys are at work, this would probably be the best time to do it. Otherwise, we'll we'll wrap up this call. David, we'll
Rudy, you can talk about how one of the guys that messaged you, he's the truck driver, and he was willing to put a lot into it, and also have us wrap on it. I mean, you should talk about things like that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was pretty neat. I had a message that came into my Facebook. It was, through somebody in my network, and they had heard about this project, and he sent me a screenshot of his trailer, and it's a sweet looking trailer. I mean, it's got purple flames and it's chromed out. It's pretty cool. But anyways, he's like, not only do I want to put in a nice amount into this project, but I'm also wondering if we can go ahead and wrap my trailer with Emerge Token and advertise for you guys. Because he's like, I love what I see. I love what I'm hearing. I'm so, excited the fact that someone even thought about doing something like this. As truckers, he was like, so most of the time we feel like truckers are not appreciated for what they do in the line of work. So, he's asking permission if we can wrap the truck. I mean, guys, for us, advertising, I mean, that's, of course, getting the word out there. And so we wouldn't turn that down, but it's just incredible to see the community. Me and David had several calls before we launched the company. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? We had truck drivers on every single call right now. As a matter of fact, if I can know, do we have any truck drivers on this call right now? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you are a truck driver, I want to know if there's any truck drivers on this call. Put a 1 in the chat. While you guys are doing that, I think, Bobby, you had your hand up. I don't know if you changed your mind, but I mean, it's just so cool. There you go. LaDonna's a truck driver. I know she's very involved in this project. So thank you for everything you're doing out there on the road. And, again, guys, just take a moment to look through the white paper and look at our website and get back with the person that invited you. And there you go. Another truck driver, guys, on this call. So thank you. If you guys are in a spot where you can unmute yourself and just, we would love to hear from you. Maybe share a testimony.
There's quite a bit, but I think for everyone that's not a truck driver, you can Google everything that we said, the facts about everything what we're trying to accomplish. Again, I know a lot of people are probably thinking power tool landing gear. What does that do? And this and that. But the data aspect of it is greater than the bigger picture of the landing gear. That is what, the whole phone call from the insurance company is what stirred this whole movement. So Bobby, I think
we got 2 more questions. So go ahead, Bobby. You should see the there.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to mention something. As you might be able to see by my picture, I've been around for a while, and I just want people to realize just how big this is, because my background is in insurance. So I know how important it is to insurance companies to have data, actuarially and everything else. When I first started driving, we didn't have seatbelts nor airbags, but it was lobbied into existence to where every car that's made today has seatbelts and airbags. I want you to understand this project is so big to insurance companies and to trucking companies from the revenue generating standpoint of safety. And you just have to understand that. This will get lobbied. And I'm saying it, David, you don't have to. I'm just telling you, it will happen because there are too many drivers getting hurt. It's not like you have kids right now that say they want to grow up and be a truck driver. So the good truck drivers that are healthy right now, these companies need to keep them. It costs them too much to replace those drivers. And if their premiums go down on their workers' comp rates and also on their truck insurance, they generate more revenue. They can do more things for their drivers. And the insurance companies, and I will tell you this from experience, no insurance company wants to pay a claim. They promise to pay claims because you pay them premiums. They take that premium and they invest that money. They do not want to pay claims. If they can find a way to get out of paying claims, they're going to be all over this. This is the greatest project I've ever seen. I've been in this business for 46 years, and I've never seen a project like this. So I'm really, really excited. I just want everybody to understand how big this is from a safety aspect of protecting the drivers, protecting loads. And we live in an information world right now. Everybody wants data. We are the only company that's going to be able to supply that data for the insurance companies actuarially, and for the trucking companies, their fleet maintenance and their safety departments. They're going to love these,
and also the government, and also the government.
Well, we know the DOT is going to love it because they try to lobby everything in, and they're all about safety. So this is just how big this is, folks. And I just want you to understand how big it is. Get it out to everybody. Tell everybody about this project and the focus that we have. And it's really, we're helping people. We're not a typical company out there just worried about making money. We're actually trying to improve the industry, and the trucking industry has needed a lot of improvement for many years. So it's really nice, David, that that I'm involved in this project with you and Rudy. I really thank you for everything that you're doing. Just everybody just understand how big this thing is going to be. That's it.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. And Irene West, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I have one more question. Okay. I just curious, since what this product is patented, right? Like you manufacture in China, what's the possibility of they modify, tweak it a little bit, come out with a product and complete with our product? What would be the likelihood of that happening?
I think 0.
Okay.
And here's why. I mean, we have a great partnership with them. For the last 5 years, they haven't done that or anything like that. We have the patent here in the States. They're also helping us co-develop with one of the largest landing gear companies. So on electric landing gear, they see the whole future. They just want to make the product. They're not in here to compete with us to sell the product. They don't have a market to develop in the US. Besides the patent aspect of it.
All right.
I'm not very worried on that. I'm more like on the smart tool delivering that. Once we deliver it, it's going to snowball. Actually, one person brought up a very, very good question, which I want to share. And your question triggered me to say this, is we could possibly even solve the shortage of truck drivers, because that's been 20 years. And the reason is if we get listed on exchange and our token does well, might be another benefit for other people to get into the trucking space, just to be able to mine the token. That would also solve what companies haven't been able to achieve by writing $5,000 bonus checks to find truck drivers.
I see. Okay.
Very true.
It sounds
Awesome.
good.
Good
Thank you.
question, Irene.
Yeah, no, I like to, I know when I say when, I know Mama D, I'm very conservative with what I like to say. There's a lot of projects listed that haven't even made as much progress as UltraLift and Emerge together combined in their own exchanges. I think everyone can verify that. I think one of the most important messages is UltraLift has sales, revenue, tools out there, major companies, right? Every major company in the world has trailers. I mean, you name it. Brands that you all recognize. So it's all there. Combined with our software, what we're trying to do on the Emerge side, we have more accomplished right now than a lot of the tokens listed on major exchanges. So it's only a matter of time, I hope everyone comes into this project believing in this project, and then, the rest will speak for itself over time with progress.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's hear from Mama D from New Zealand. I don't know if she has a question or a comment, but go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Hi, David.
Hey, how are you?
I actually have a comment and right through all of this, and thank you so much for an incredible presentation. I just love it, as you know, fully involved in the project, fully involved in it. What I want to share here is, in order to get where we want to be and get it on the exchanges, guys, we've got to build an amazing community. That's what we've got to do. And there's your answer. The bigger we get our community, the more people we get involved in this, the quicker we get to where we want to be without saying a time frame around when are we going to the exchange. It's up to us, guys. It's up to us. So I just wanted to share that. If you see us posting out there, give it a juice on Facebook, you know, guys, because it opens up algorithms. It helps everyone in our team to get noticed. So just go out and build a great community. Today's presentation, what can I say? Phenomenal. Phenomenal. What are you solving? I could talk about my father's stories. I could talk about all the stories of the truck drivers in my family. But it was said today, and I'm very excited. And I just wanted to share that with everyone. Let's build our community. We can do this together, especially with the crypto and a solution like Emerge is bringing to the table. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mama D. Appreciate everything you're doing too. So a couple questions in the chat, David. Obviously, and again, they just want clarification, so they can hear it directly from the source. The electric leg will still be able to implement the data collection, correct?
I don't want to say anything right now because that is what we're doing for them.
Right.
I do want them to implement, and if they do see us grow and they see our market cap on an exchange when we get listed on exchange, they see that, they're going to want their own token. And if they don't want their own token, I'm going to force somehow my strategy, just so everyone can know, instead of making profit on the electric part of the electric leg for them, I would say, look, I'll give it to you at cost. Mine our token.
Yeah.
A lot of ways, but again, that's more down the road. I wanted to, you know, there's a lot more to it, and people will have a better understanding once we do the review. I feel like if I share more, I would be giving some things away at this moment in time that I shouldn't be giving away.
No, absolutely. I think it's premature.
Not to keep everyone curious. It's just for patent pending reasons. Absolutely.
Somebody had asked a question in the chat about circulation and coins. So if you look at the very bottom of the page, you'll see that 53% of the tokens that are remaining are only left for mining. So you guys want to participate in round 1 through round 5, because that right there will get you the lowest pricing point, anywhere from 0.034 to 0.04 cents, guys. And so that's, again, that right there should speak about the availability, right? And what's going to be left over. 53% is left over for mining. So I hope that answers your question from the chat room. Just wanted you to be able to see that. Let me just, yeah, okay, cool, awesome. Just want to make sure I answered your question correctly. Any other questions? I mean, Dave, we got people on Facebook right now too. Let me make sure. A bunch of ones, because there's some truck drivers watching this on Facebook, so that's cool. Hopefully they're not Facebooking and driving. Hopefully they're home or resting at their hotel. Anybody else, guys? Awesome. Put in the chat if you have any other questions. But Dave,